Yes, you can install a wind turbine at home, but there are a few things you need to consider first, including some cons. I will discuss the general rules applicable worldwide. After the general rules, I will use United Kingdom as an example, which I will discuss the specific rules applicable in the UK. Here are the general rules you need to consider if you want to install wind turbine in your home. Space. Wind turbines need space to operate effectively. The amount of space you need will depend on the size of the turbine you choose. Wind speed. Wind turbines need wind to generate electricity. The average wind speed in your area will determine how much electricity your turbine can produce. Zoning laws. Some local governments have zoning laws that restrict the installation of wind turbines. Cost. Wind turbines can be expensive to purchase and install. The cost will depend on the size of the turbine and the type of installation. Noise pollution. Wind turbines can be noisy, especially when the wind is blowing at high speeds. This noise can be a nuisance for neighbors and can also reduce property values. Rooftop. Small wind turbines have some of the same disadvantages as larger wind turbines, but they also have some additional disadvantages, including limited space. Rooftop small wind turbines are limited by the amount of space available on a roof. This can make it difficult to find a location that is exposed to enough wind to generate a significant amount of electricity. Weight. Rooftop small wind turbines can be heavy, which can put stress on a roof. It is important to make sure that your roof is strong enough to support the weight of a wind turbine before installing one. Safety. Rooftop small wind turbines can be dangerous if they are not properly installed and maintained. It is important to hire a qualified installer to install a rooftop small wind turbine and to have it regularly inspected by a qualified technician. Despite the disadvantages, wind turbines can be a great way to generate clean, renewable energy. If you are considering installing a wind turbine, it is important to weigh the pros and cons carefully to decide if it is the right choice for you. If you have considered all of these factors and you still want to install a wind turbine at home, there are a few things you can do to get started. Do your research. There are many different types of wind turbines available on the market. Do your research to find a turbine that is right for your needs. Get quotes from installers. Get quotes from several installers to compare prices and services. Apply for permits. If necessary, apply for permits from your local government. Install your turbine. Once you have all of the necessary permits, you can install your wind turbine. With proper planning and installation, a wind turbine can be a great way to generate clean, renewable energy for your home. Here are some additional tips for installing a wind turbine at home. Choose a reputable installer. Make sure to choose an installer who is experienced in installing wind turbines. Have the turbine professionally inspected. Once the turbine is installed, have it professionally inspected to make sure it is operating safely. Maintain the turbine. Wind turbines need to be maintained regularly to ensure they operate efficiently. By following these tips, you can help ensure that your wind turbine is installed and maintained properly so that it can provide you with years of reliable service. Make sure you check with your local authority. Now, let me walk you through the important rules you need to have in mind if you want to install wind turbine in your home. If you live in a rural area away from other homes, it's easier to install wind turbines since they work best when they're higher up. But if you're in a semi-detached house or a more populated area, like a neighborhood, you'll need to get planning permission. Now, if you're in England and want to install a roof-mounted wind turbine on your home, you just need to meet a few rules. First, make sure your installation meets the Microgeneration Certification Scheme standards. It's also important that you live in a detached home, surrounded by other detached homes. And remember, for this type of installation, you can only have a single turbine, and it shouldn't be higher than 3 meters above your chimney. Oh, and if you already have an air source heat pump, you'll need planning permission for a turbine. For standalone residential wind turbines, the rules are a bit different but still manageable. The highest point of the wind turbine should not exceed 11.1 meters. Just like before, you're allowed to install only one turbine, and if you don't have an air source heat pump already installed, you're good to go. It's great to see more people exploring sustainable energy options like wind turbines. Just remember to follow these guidelines, and you'll be harnessing the power of wind in no time.